we go. Hello and welcome to this week's Natural Gardening Live. We have started off the evening with technical problems, so please let me know if you can hear me. I hope you can see me okay, because I can see me okay in the camera, so fingers crossed. But my microphone wasn't working. So much fun. So hopefully you can hear me and you can see me okay. We will crack on. Hopefully nothing else is going to happen. Touch wood. So, what are we talking about today? So, within this week's Natural Gardening Live, I am talking about how you can save money whilst growing a happy and healthy garden, which is kind of like the key to the world ever. And we are talking about, what are we talking about? We're talking about the natural resources you can find in your garden, grown locally, and waste products that you would normally throw away, and how you can use them for sustainable, free, and natural support for your garden. So, that's what we're talking about today. My mouse is broken. Yes, it has. Oh, it broke ages ago. That's not today. That's fine. That's an old problem. I need to get a new mouse. Fab. So let me know in the comments. If you know any natural resource that you use currently in your garden. Even if you think that they sound really daft and you don't think they do anything, let me know in the comments. And also, if we go as we go through, my brain's not working. As we go through today, and you think of anything that triggers you, like, oh, I could do that, and things that like you think that you can do, or you do already, and you didn't think about them as natural resources, put it in the comments. Let me know. I'm interested to hear it. Okay, so wherever you're watching from today, say hello. We're on StreamYard, so we can see comments from everywhere. They can comments on. That helps. So if you're watching from the from Facebook, from the group, or from the membership, or from YouTube, comment away. Be free to comment. So we find my notes. So I've got a broken mouse, so it depends on what mood it's in, whether it wants to work or not. Try not to cough. So gardening. Gardening sustainably can be the most cost-effective way of growing. By simply recycling and repurposing, you can quickly and greatly reduce the time and cost involved in looking after your garden, which is fantastic. With these simple activities like making your own compost from kitchen waste, making green mulch from weeds and grass cuttings, which is often a good one to get rid of, and making nitrogen-rich making nitrogen-rich liquid feed from stinging nettles growing in your garden. So these can be huge. These can all make huge differences to the health of your garden, and they can cost you nothing. So they are perfect. Are you going to work, little mouse? Hey, so we're on to a winner. Fab. Oh, the things that we kind of take for granted in life. Mice that work. Love it. Okay, so they can make a huge difference without costing you any money at all, which is amazing. And the green mulch from weeds, stupendous. I was going to say then, but superb and stupendous came out together. That's fine. So yes, that works really well. But grass cuttings really do work very well as a green mulch. So today we're talking about the natural resources you can find in your garden, grown locally, and waste products you'd normally be throwing away, and how you can use them as sustainable and natural support for your garden for free, which is good, and to save you lots and lots and lots of money. So as mentioned above, nettle liquid feed is my first kind of port of call when it comes to supporting your garden naturally. So this is an amazing feed for the spring and summer. So we're coming into the time of year that this really will be needed. So if you're making it now, if you take this as a motivation to start making it yourself now, you've still got plenty of time. The nettles are out, they're growing strong. So it's a really good time to be starting this. And I have got a video on the step-by-step on how to make it. Very simple, but I have got a video on it as well, which I'll link in the group. I'll link on YouTube, everywhere, comments and places that you can find it. I'll link it there for you. So it's a really amazing feed for spring and summer. So it's perfect for now when your garden needs the nitrogen for rapid growth and development. So it really does. Your garden's going to start growing really quickly now, and or it has started already in some places, really quickly, and it's going to be using an awful lot of nitrogen. So the nettle liquid feed is very good for providing really good quality high nitrogen feed, so nutrients. It's really simple to make. As I say, I've got a video on it which I'll post so you can have a look. It just requires you to pick the nettles. put them in a bucket, container, barrel, bin, box, whatever you've got that holds water, whatever you've got to hand, cover in water and leave to soak for a few weeks or a few months. So the longer you leave them to soak, the more nitrogen gets leached out of the nettles, and the stronger the feed, which is really good. So it's a concentrated feed, so you do dilute it down to make it go further, but it really does work really well. And it's amazing for tomatoes as well. I use it on my tomatoes mainly, but for most of my vegetable patch, I use it as well. But it's really good for nitrogen-hungry plants. So as I say, in the spring, summer, when they are growing, when all the garden's growing rapidly, all the new green shoots, use nitrogen like it's no tomorrow. So they really do need it this time of year. So, oh yeah, and comfrey. If you do this with the comfrey, if you've got comfrey patches in your garden, I've got a little comfrey patch. I wish my comfrey would expand a bit. It's a neat little patch. I'd like it to grow a bit more. It'll get there, I'm sure. This process can also be used for comfrey as well. So you cut the leaves, do the same sort of thing. So you can use it for comfrey. And that, again, is really high in nitrogen, so it's perfect. And it's got a good amount of potassium in it as well. So it's really nice, one of the top three, the big three. So if you have got comfrey growing in your garden, you can do the same process with comfrey. So that was liquid feed. So sticking with the feeding side of things, by adding different ingredients to your compost heap, as well as ingredients like you go out and buy them, ingredients to your compost heap can make the compost into something really special as well. So really nice soil conditioner. If you add lots of different organic vegetable and garden waste to your compost heap, the nutrients your compost will contain, which you're going to put back into the soil later, will be much greater and more varied, which is great. Great. If you, sorry, I'm so sorry. If you just add the green waste, for instance, like leaves, grass cuttings, dead flower heads, that kind of thing, to the compost heap, the compost will be super high in nitrogen, but it won't contain much else. So it'll be really vinegary and it'll be nice nitrogen kind of rich, but it won't be any good. So if you've got the runoff from that, that'd be a really good nitrogen liquid feed, but it wouldn't be very good as a soil conditioner or mulch or anything like that. It'd be really acidy. By adding woodier materials, so if you've got like sticks, branches, anything like that, pruned materials, paper and cardboard are really good as well. This will balance out the nitrogen. So if you just got the green and then you add the brown to it as well, like the woody material and things, balance out the nitrogen with carbon, which is great. This creates a really good base for your compost. So after that, as I say, about adding the different ingredients to it, by saving like fruit peelings, vegetable peelings, things like that, that will add a really nice bit of potassium and phosphorus to the compost, which is good. So it kind of balances as though we got the nitrogen from the green, we've got the carbon going in there from the woodier materials as well, and then you've got the peelings and stuff from your kitchen waste. They're all adding the potassium and phosphorus. So you've got the big three in there, the top three, and then if you add things like eggshells and wood ash and things like that, they'll add in calcium as well. So you can see how it starts to build up. So the more things you add to your compost heap, the more nutrients it's going to add and develop the range. When you use it later on, as a soil conditioner, as a mulch, anything like that, it's going to be like a superfood for your garden, if you like. I've lost my notes there. I was just winging it. But yes, but it would be like a superfood for your garden. Once you start mulching down, it starts to break down into the soil. It's going to really help to support the ecosystem in the soil. All those little organisms are going to be sitting there, like waiting to chew and process it all and get it done. It's going to be so much in there for them to process and so many nutrients that your plants can take up. You're not going to need to feed them so much. You're not going to need to look after them so much. It's really important. So when it comes to your compost heap, balance is key, obviously with the nitrogen and the carbon, but so is variety. So try and get whatever you peel in the kitchen, whatever waste, organic green waste that you've got in the kitchen, anything like that, even when it's down to letters, packaging, organic packaging, not plastic packaging, that just won't break down. It won't work. But paper packaging, cardboard boxes and things like that, they can go in the compost heap fine. They'll be fine. So that's a really good way of reducing the amount that you send to the bin man, putting them out into your compost heap. Your compost heap will process them quite nicely and it will keep everything balanced. So any kind of organic waste, anything like that, try and avoid if you can. Shouldn't have to say it, but I will. So avoid dairy products, milk, yogurt, things like that. Anything like that, any meat, don't put that in your compost heap. You're asking for trouble if you start putting stuff like that in there. Bacteria will build up. It won't be any good. You'll attract rodents. Not good. That can go in the bin. That's fine. But yeah, anything like that, any organic vegetable waste or garden waste, perfect. Put it in the compost heap. Now, one thing I will say though is if you have weeds in your garden that you're putting in your compost heap and they are invasive weeds, or they spread by their roots, we all know which weeds they are, they spread by the roots, don't put them in your compost heap. You'll end up with a compost heap full of them and you'll never be able to use that compost. It'll be dreadful. You'll spread them throughout the garden. Not even worth it. So don't add those to your compost heap. You're just asking for trouble. Just put that caveat on there for you. So the soil is an important part of your garden. We've spoken about this lots and lots and lots of times. I have whole videos on how important the soil is, which are in my soil playlist I think I've got set up. So yes, if you want to go down that rabbit hole, it's there for you. We're here for it, so that's fine. So soil is an important part of your garden. You should take the time. You should be investing in it. You should take the time to invest in it. Doesn't mean you need to spend a fortune and take hours to nurture it. You just need to take the time to condition it with some really good quality organic matter. So like homemade compost, if you go down the route of adding all the different mixtures in there with it. So really good homemade compost is great. Farmyard manure, well-rotted manure, anything like that. Which also help to support the ecosystem within the soil, which all helps to create the support system for your plants, to reduce the work for you, and then it helps to, the ecosystem within the soil, the organisms that live in the soil, will continuously try and process the organic matter that you put into the soil, that you use to condition it, and creating and releasing nutrients throughout the year. So they're going to keep effectively feeding your plants throughout the year. So the better quality the soil, the happier the ecosystem within the soil, the more your plants will get fed without you needing to feed them. Saving lots of time and money, which we like. So, soil. There we go. That was like a little sidebar, if you like, on that one. So companion planting. Now we spoke about companion planting, I believe, last week or the week before. I can't remember. I think it was last week. So not just for your veg patch, I want to put that one out there, although that is where I use my companion planting the most, although the garden is basically companion planting on its own. So companion planting, not just for your veg patch. Companion plants can play a lot of different roles in your garden. But the purpose they are most known for, I can hear you saying it with me, pest control and attracting pollinators. This is what they're most known for. There are lots and lots of different roles that they do play, but pest control and what's the word? Aphids and black fly and things like that. Pest control and attracting pollinators is what they're known for. So both roles are very important. So we're going to talk about those now. So pest damage is one of the top reasons your plants will die off in your garden. It's not good. It's not good. So you really want to keep on top of it. And even this can even affect the flowers and the produce from your veg patch as well. So in the Natural Gardeners membership this month, we have been talking. So we have been talking about. It's been Grow Your Own Month. We've been talking about your veg patch and what to grow and what your veg patch needs for you, keeping it happy and healthy, and how to get more from the space. So this is what we're going to talk about this month. Throughout April, it's been Grow Your Own Month. We've still got another live training this Thursday, and there'll be one more next week. So that's what we're doing this month. We've been talking a lot about companion planting and the feeding of your garden, natural feed to your garden as well. So if you're interested in joining in on those at all, I'll leave the link to the membership in the comments so you can check that out as well. But that's been going on this week. It's all saved. So even if you join at the end, you can still go back and rewatch everything and join in. So it's fine. I don't get rid of anything. I save it all in the membership. It's just easier. It's just easier that way. You can catch up when you're ready then. But there's an awful lot of stuff to catch up on though. Believe me. Okay, so I've lost where I am. Hang on. It's because my mouse broke and it's flicked the screen. are we? My mouse just threw the screen down like 4 pages. Not just field veg patch controlling. There we go. Both very important. There we go. Pest damage is one of the top reasons your plants will die off in your garden, and even affecting the flowers and produce in your veg patch. That's where I started. That's why it disappeared. If they are unhealthy, and they will need a lot more care from you. They will need a lot more feeding and nutrients. And they'll eventually rinse the soil of any goodness as well. They're going to be so hungry and struggle so much with their resilience. They will struggle. So they're going to try and get as much out the soil as they possibly can. And then you're going to need to step in and take care of them. It's not good. So if there's a way of managing pest and disease damage on autopilot, which is kind of what happens, with minimal cost, except for the first off investment of actually getting plants and planting or sowing the seeds and going from there, because after that they self-seed themselves quite happily. With minimal cost, and then that is a great one. Sounds great to me, a great plan. And the added bonus as well is a lot of companion plants have the knock on the actions that they do as well. So some of them fix nitrogen into the soil, some of them have they add extra nutrients in as they grow. When they die off, they add the extra nutrients into the soil that way, so like a mulch, if you like. And borage is really good for that. It adds a really good potassium mulch. When the plants die off, you leave them on the soil and dig them in, they add really nice potassium, and the roots as well. So it's really good for that. I have got a companion planting guide as well, which takes you through a few of the more common companion plants that we use and why they use, the benefits of them. And then it's got a thing at the back of the companion planting guide list of different plants in your veg patch that grow together, why they grow together, and how they can support each other's health. So I've got that as well, which I'll link in the description for you and in the comments. So you can download that when you're ready. So for more, I've lost my end. Yeah, autopilot, then that sounds great. Additional bonuses of them actually adding extra things like the herbs will protect and cause camouflage, create camouflage for the plants in your garden as well, protecting them from pests and disease. Carrot fly, for instance, we were talking the other day in the membership about carrot fly. Planting coriander with your carrots, that will hide. If your carrots get damaged for any reason, that will attract in the carrot fly. If you have experience in this, you'll know how devastating it can be, emotionally and physically as well. When you see your carrots is devastated by carrot fly, not so good. But if you plant coriander or even parsley with them, stronger herbs, I think, along those lines, but coriander works really well. It hides the scent of the damaged carrots. Carrot fly can't find them. They don't land. They don't then lay their eggs, etc. So on and so on. So the companion plants can offer other alternatives as well as pest control and attracting pollinators. So that is the added bonus. So, okay, right. So that's all for today. It was a short one. I tried not to go too quick. I'm trying to think if that was everything, actually. Yes, because my mouse keeps flying up and down the screen. I'm going to have to chuck this mouse away. It's driving me mad. Okay, so that's all today. It's settling itself down. Honestly, though, if you could see what my screen's doing right now, I'm not going to move my camera because I'll never set it back up again. It's just being completely weird. It's going up and down. Stop. There we go. Okay, so just a few natural resources. I'm going to try and read it while it's been weird. Just a few natural resources that you can effectively use to support your garden, saving you lots of money, which is great, on your garden care. It'll also save you a lot of time and energy as well, which is even more important than saving money a lot of the time, because we don't all have time to do everything all the time. So time is as important as money. So these will help you save time as well. So then, as I say, in the Natural Gardens membership, we've been going through this side of things for your veg patch, specifically for veg patch and grow your own month. As I say, all the training's set up. We've got another one on Thursday, and then there's one next Thursday as well. So I will leave the link in the comments for you to check out if you'd like. But yes, so that would be, I think, 3 p.m. we've got it set up for on Thursday. So if you'd like to join us, click the link in the description or in the comments and join in. So it's $3.99 a month to join, and there's all sorts of things you can download, read, join in with the community, join in with our lives and everything. So you can ask me questions as we go in the lives, and a bit of group coaching going on there. And I also offer the 15-minute one-to-one sessions if you need them. So that is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. Wherever you're watching from today, please click the thumbs up, give us a thumbs up and show me that you've enjoyed the session, the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Have to go through the YouTubey things. Click the subscribe button and to see more from Gardening Actually, Green Fling Tips for myself and to support the channel. So, on that note, all the links will be in the description and comments. So check those out after the show. And I will see you next week for the next episode of Natural Gardening Live. See you later.